Hello! Today we're going to be looking into Chappell Roan's energy. I'm very, very excited. If you are, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. There's a hair on my mic. Let me get that. Okay. Let's start by shuffling my deck, just so we have some fresh cards from the last reading I did. And let's split the deck and start here at the top. So I would say I like her music. I don't really listen to it, but I should more. I know. I don't really know much about her, so this is just going in blind and seeing the information we can get off based off the cards. Let's start with her, just her personality. Let's start with her personality. The world. So she's someone, let's get three actually, her personality. 3, Queen of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. I would say she goes after opportunities. I heard like a spider. That's kind of random. I hear she goes after opportunities that help her, but I don't mean that in a negative way. That came out bad. But she goes after opportunities, and she seizes the moment. She's also very emotionally intelligent. She's someone who, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, but she's also someone who is very emotionally intelligent, someone who is in tune with their emotions. I see someone like crying, and we also have the 4 of Cups, so I also see her having a lot of emotions and feeling a lot and knowing a lot, possibly. Maybe she's psychic as well. Maybe she? Let's get the Magician, definitely. I think most people can be if they want to. I don't really know much about that, but we have the Magician, and the Magician is all about manifestation, magic, all that stuff, and also being able to manifest your dreams. She definitely has the potential to become a psychic if she wanted to. Let's put this at the bottom of the deck and get more cards on this because I felt like refreshing the deck. Okay, let's get on her current situation. We have the 8 of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Seizing the moment is what I heard. She's seizing some sort of thing. So I know there's a situation where she was saying that, I'm not going to quote this exactly because I don't really know what it was. I agree with her in this personally, but there was this thing where she was like, I don't want to take a picture with you, to a fan or someone in general. I don't know if they were a fan, but to someone. And she said no, and people got mad at her for that. We'll get into that in a second, but first I want to get into her current energy, what she's doing right now. But it seems like she's seizing the moment. She may be seizing an opportunity, maybe some sort of offering or contract she's going after. Can we get more on that? I'm not going to take reversals right now. With the King of Pentacles, let's see. It could be something regarding money, where she gets money from it. So something that she's going after regarding money. I'm trying to use my intuition here, but it's a little foggy today. I see like water, like a well, and money coming out of it, and her grabbing it and like jumping up with happiness. So really random download, but I see that. So she definitely is very excited for whatever this is. Can we get more on this situation where she got canceled or whatever about not wanting to take a picture with a fan? We have the 9 of Wands. She's very defensive right now. The 7 of Pentacles. And we also have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so allegedly for entertainment purposes only, remember, let's start with the 9 of Wands. First of all, she's very defensive of herself. She's very defensive of her family because of the 10 of Pentacles. She's almost wanting to defend her family because I saw there was more as well, so this makes sense. I haven't really gone too deep into it, but she seems very defensive of her family, almost wanting to protect them and wanting to protect what she's built. So these things that she's built up, her career that she's built up, she's wanting to protect it, and she isn't quite sure how, I don't think. I think she's scared almost. She's scared. Let's get 2 of Pentacles. Her emotions are starting to balance. So her emotions are pretty balanced, but I think she is pretty scared, unsure of how this is going. I think she's scared of potentials for this, of where things could go if people are stalking her or stalking her family or something like that. I think it's giving those vibes of people stalking her and her being like, no, I don't like that. But she's also trying to balance her emotions because she realizes the public probably doesn't respond well to that. And so I see her taking a step back, possibly, I heard retiring. I don't think she's going to retire necessarily, maybe in the future, but I do see her, people thinking she's retiring because she's taking a step back and possibly making less TikToks or making less music for a bit and kind of taking time for herself. Let's get into her relationship with Olivia Rodrigo because I'm curious. We have the High Priestess, No Reversal Spirit, Strength, and the Ten of Wands. They definitely have some history together. I don't know when they met or anything. I don't want to go too deep into certain things because I think some things are personal and should not be read about, you know. I only have it set so only things they'd be okay with me reading would come out. But with the High Priestess, I see them having a bond that is very intuitive. Like they know when each other is feeling something. They're like, oh, I know what you're feeling, or oh, I know exactly how you feel about this. Like when they're talking, they might be like kind of like, wait, that's what I was about to say, that type of thing. Like they feel like they get each other. And Strength, I feel like they both have been through a lot of similar things, possibly. Maybe the public fame has hurt them a lot in certain ways, and they both can relate in that sense. They both can relate to the feeling of being in the public eye or having the public on them in general. With the Ten of Wands, they have history together. They have a lot of things in their past that may hold them back in certain ways, and they both can bond over that. I also see them both I saw like a picture of them talking and being like, you know what? Like, I get that as well. Or I understand that as well. And like them like going, nah, there's no way, you as well. That type of thing. And now I see them fighting almost. I think it's playful fighting. They're almost like, I have weird downloads. Can we get more on this fighting? The Hermit. They both may usually keep their emotions inside. And then when they're talking to each other, maybe when they're in the public, they don't really say many things. Maybe they gossip a lot when they're talking to each other. Because the Hermit, I think, is representing how they are when they're not together. How they are when they are together. The star. I think to a degree, the star is about being a star, right? It's about, so they are stars, right? I think together they act like their true authentic selves to a degree. I don't think they act completely, but I think they do show some of their personas that they show for the public, but I think they do kind of go on a deep personal level. Can I clarification? The Moon. Yes, they definitely go on a deep personal level. Let's get into Chappell Rowan's current like things holding her back in the sense of things that are negative in her life. We have the Tower. Banger. Instant banger here. We have the Tower. Things holding her back. Her success, possibly. We have the Six of Wands, and we have the Fool. Okay, so I think she wants to go after certain things or do certain things, but her success, oh, you know what it is? You know when certain people become famous and they try to do different things, like maybe they make music like her, and then they want to get into art, but people are like, wait, what are you doing? We don't want to watch that. And I think she wants to get into something else as well. I think she wants to get into, maybe it's art, I don't know. She wants to get into something else. But what's holding her back is the fact that she is famous and she's become a very big star overnight almost. Not overnight completely, but she's become like overnight. I knew her name just randomly, right? Because I haven't been a fan for a bit, but I am definitely like, she's cool, right? No shade, that sounded bad. I'm not necessarily like a big fan, but I'm a fan. She's pretty cool seeming. With the Tower, so far her energy is pretty good. The Tower, I feel like she's having a moment where she's realizing that she can't, in her words, she can't. I think she definitely can. I think there's definitely a way for her to, But the thing is, I think she would be sacrificing her career and sacrificing her fans, like, liking her, and I think she just is really worried about that. I think now that she's become so popular, she has a harder time releasing certain types of music. Maybe she wants to release certain, like, maybe she wants to start doing electronic or something, and her fans necessarily don't like that or something, and she's just worried about her, like, what the world thinks about her music, and she's really worried about what they think about her art in general and what she's pursuing. Maybe she's worried about when she's in public, and we get more on that. The Seven of Wands, she doesn't like when people, I think, come up to her in public. I think it's almost like her time to dissociate from being Chappell Roan and being herself. I think it's her time to, and you're like, oh, but she's in public. I think her going out and doing things like that, I think she's not Chappell Roan and she's doing that. I think she's trying to not be, is she Chappell Roan? The Page of Cups. She has a hard time distinguishing the difference between Chappell Roan and her as a person. I think she has a difficulty. Maybe she has some people in her life that are like, hey, you're kind of the same on stage and stuff like that as you are in person. I think she's having trouble not being quite sure how to distinguish the difference between Chappell Roan and her as a person. I think I'm going to stop there and kind of not get too deep into that because I don't want to break too many boundaries. Let's get more on how she's feeling. We have the Ten of Swords and we have the Three of Swords. Right now, I don't think she's feeling the hottest. As hot as she is, I don't think she's feeling the hottest. I don't mean that in a weird way. With the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, I think she's feeling down. Why is she feeling down, Spirit? Knight of Pentacles. Maybe a knight in her life. I think she's a lesbian, so this could just be a masculine lesbian. But I think someone in her life, maybe she's thinking about a lot. I don't want to get too deep into that because I feel weird when I do that, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of intruding on her personal life. Here, Spirit, can I do that? Would she be okay with that? King of Wands. I don't think so. So I'm not going to get deep into that. Sorry. If you would like me to, I might do paid readings or something like that. Or a Patreon, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But let me know if you'd be interested in that. Let's get an oracle card. Let's split the deck in half. Oh. Card fell on the floor. We'll take that as the first one. We have energy. Power or depletion. Call your energy back to you. I think she's trying to call herself back. I think she's like, hold on, what am I doing? What am I put all the, she's almost like putting so much art into the world and being so happy about it. And then I just saw like butterflies coming out of her hands. Really random download, but butterflies coming out of her hands, her being super excited. And then the butterflies like turning to dust. And her being like almost bored of her art, maybe. Almost like there's so many people that see it that she's almost like, what do I do now? I've sang it so many times. I've booked so many like tours and stuff. What do I do now with it? She's almost like done with it. Maybe she's wanting to move on to a different like thing. Sweet oblivion, uncertainty, fate, humor. It's okay, I don't know what I'm doing either. Yeah, she isn't quite sure what to do with all this like fame and stuff. She's not quite sure what to do. She's not used to it. She isn't sure how to act, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. And yeah, I think that's going to be the reading today. I think that's going to be the reading on Chappell Roan. I really hope it's Chappell Roan, right? I keep saying Chappell Roan. I don't know, I'm used to pronouncing that Rowan. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. You do not have to, but it would mean a lot to me in the end. Bye!